I think we've shown by now that we're really a good team. I think best of ones is one thing, but generally, looking back at the past year especially, we've always shown up in best of fives, and we've always shown up when the pressure is on, which we have also proven now. So no matter if we play Splice, SK, Origin, whoever, I'm going to be confident that we can take them down.
Hello everyone, there's on the Shotcaller here with the weekly Broxah interviewing show. Another win on the board, another 2-0. You guys are really looking good for playoffs now. A lot of people are excited about the return of the Fnatic. How excited are you personally?
Well, I'm pretty excited and happy that we did go 2-0 again and that we've won 6 in a row now and we've come a long way. But at the same time, it's not like I'm jumping around or completely satisfied or anything, because we still have a lot of way to go. And even though getting to playoffs now looks very realistic, there's still a world where we don't get to playoffs, I believe, and even getting to playoffs in the first place is not really enough. It's a step in the right direction, and it would be nice knowing that we won't be the first Fnatic team ever to not make playoffs, but at the same time, dropping out in quarters or whatever is not really going to do it either. So it feels like some sort of a relief, but at the same time, there's still some work to do.
As always, focus, eyes on the prize. As we know you. But how have been the last few weeks been a team internally? Because I feel like just from watching you guys at fan meeting and all that kind of stuff, talking with Bupo yesterday, he was very happy, of course. You guys do seem a lot like very relieved, like the pressure from your backs is gone, kind of.
Yeah, I think more than anything, it's just a big relief for everyone that we actually made it this far, because 3 weeks ago we knew we had to win 6 or 7 out of the next 8 games, which we knew was possible, but at that point it seemed really, really difficult. And now we actually won 6 in a row. Somehow we turned it around, and just that alone shows to everyone, including ourselves, that we can still be a really good team. And more than anything, that just lights up the mood in the team and gives everyone confidence, motivation, and I just think it's really what we needed. We just needed that small win streak to begin with, to then give us momentum and start snowballing into something bigger, which we're seeing now. So yeah, generally over the past few weeks, the mood on the team has gotten a lot better, and I mean, even when we were really down, it's not like people were getting mad at each other. There was big arguments or anything. It was just a little sad and depressing, because we all came, from the World Final after our holiday, and we had really high expectations going into the split, and then we just get completely destroyed.
Yeah, tough situation. But last time we spoke about Life of Legends because of the football thing. Now, something that I was reminded of, or like I rewatched the episode afterwards, and something that I found even more interesting was the notebook thing that Young Buck put out. So for those of you that don't watch Life of Legends, which you shouldn't, of course, well, you should be watching it, of course, Young Buck has essentially decided to give every player a notebook, and after scrims, you always note one thing that went well and one thing that went wrong, and at the end of the day, you compare, kind of thing. How has that helped the team and the strategy and the understanding of what's going right and wrong?
Well, I think the whole idea of just taking some time to reevaluate the game and kind of look from your own perspective what went wrong for you, what went right for you, what should you try to do better next time and try to focus on is really important. And not only that, but also just right after a game, rather than going straight into a review, especially if it has been a really tough scrim where we got completely stomped, or some guy went like 0-8 or whatever, then it's kind of tough to deal with emotional going straight into the review after. But in this case, just having so 3, 4, 5 minutes just to be yourself and try to reevaluate the game and just get some time to recover is really important. And even from our wins, there's always things to learn, and just taking that time to actually think back is pretty important, I think. And I'm sure that most players do it already, like just do it, like taking a mental note or whatever you want to call it. But for some people, it can be really valuable to write it down, right, and then look back in the notes after, like, what did I learn this week, kind of thing.
I actually remember that, like, even 3-4 years ago, when I was looking up guides on how to get better at League, G-Bay recommended having a WordPad open and like noting things down after a game is done to climb in solo queue, essentially.
Yeah, well, I think generally just, no matter if you're a bronze player or iron player or challenger player, just trying to set some goals for yourself and trying to look through your games and trying to figure out what went wrong, what you should do better next time, and trying to, just figure out what your biggest mistakes essentially are and trying to fix them. That's something I've been, even back when I was only playing solo queue, this was something I did as well. Like just, if I would lose a game or if I would have a poor game, then just try to think like, what actually went wrong in this game? And I think writing it can be fine. Not everyone necessarily wants to write it, but just, actually looking back and trying to, reevaluate the game is really important. And I mean, that can go for League, but for many things, right? Like just taking a step back and trying to see it from a bigger perspective can be really valuable to grow.
And there have been studies that have shown that if you write something down, especially like manually with handwriting, then you're a lot better at remembering and putting it essentially into your brain. So I do highly recommend not just taking mental notes. Honestly, the most important thing I've learned over the past 2 years is always when I have an idea, write it down, because you will likely forget it. At the start of the split, I spoke with you and Youngbuck about this, that you guys were scrimming the academy team of Fnatic, and then you guys were hard losing early game and stuff like that, and you were trying to train that way. Now the academy team has largely been doing pretty well, usually top of the table, the king of the hill thing they do in the UK league. Do you guys still scrim them, and can you give us like any insights on how you rate like the academy players and stuff?
Yeah, well, we still actually play the academy team relatively often, I think, and for the most part, I feel like they're actually doing really well, and sometimes playing them can be even more beneficial than playing some of the other LEC teams. Partly due to having the extra option of discussing drafts with them, being able to experience a bit more freely, and all these type of things that you can with an academy team, but also because they're just really good at playing as a team, and even though we probably have better individuals, right? They have really good teamwork, and they can still challenge us when it comes to macro play and all this kind of stuff. For the most part, we are coming back with a win, but they are definitely giving us a challenge, and they grab a few games here and there as well. So I would by no means call them a bad team, and I think if the team wasn't LEC, they probably wouldn't be at the top, but at least they could grab a few wins here and there for sure.
Any players you would rate in particular?
I don't know. I don't really want to, call out anyone or anything. I just think they're actually a good team. They just they know, like, each of them knows their role in the team. They all know how to make it work, as individuals, but also just have really good synergy and teamwork. And I think that's just so valuable, especially now, because I feel like if you look at 5 years ago, it was so much easier to solo carry games than how it is now. Like right now, it's so much about team play and just being the better team, and that's something that they definitely have going for them. Teamwork
makes the dream work. That's like very classical, very maybe too much used quote in sports.
You're a wise man.
If it would be from me, yeah, exactly. It's just like the random knowledge I've stored in my head. But yeah, like in any teams that you're like looking at still trying to get ahead of in the standings, like Splice look within reach. I mean, Origin, Vitality, a bit out of reach maybe at this point. I mean, maybe if Vitality lose to G2 today, then you're like 1 win less than them. So
to be fair, I don't really care about where we end up in the standings too much. I just hope that first and foremost we actually get to playoffs and don't drop out here at the end, especially now after making this big of a comeback. It would be really heartbreaking, right? And other than that, it's not the biggest deal for me if we finish 6th or if we finish 2nd. Obviously, the higher we can end, the better, right? I would obviously prefer finishing as high as possible, but at the same time, just getting to playoffs and then having the opportunity to play whichever team in the best of 5 can be, it can be really good for us. And I think we've shown by now that we're really a good team. I think best of 1s is one thing, but generally, looking back at the past year especially, we've always shown up in best of fives, and we've always shown up when the pressure is on, which we have also proven now. So no matter if we play Splice, SK, Origin, whoever, I'm going to be confident that we can take them down.
Damn, well, that Origin one in particular is interesting to me, because I'm really rating Origin right now. They look hot. And, you know, Vitality in G2 for sure as well. I think, yeah, like, those
well, you know, it might be a little different when you view things from the outside, obviously. Origin is a good team, but no matter what, I mean, even when we were 1-5 or whatever, you know, I was still rating us really highly. And going into the game against G2 back then, when everyone thought they were going to destroy us, which sadly they did, but you know, I still had some high hopes, some high expectations, because I know that our ceiling as a team is really high. We proved that last year, and it's just about getting back into that form and getting the same level of team play again.
Do you ever go into a game and think, I really want to smash G2's record right now to reclaim that, you know, fastest game thing?
Not really. Like, I don't really care about the record or, you know, destroying the score. Anyway, it's more like, of course, G2 is a big rival of Fnatic, and losing to them is the most, like, it's just the most sad team to lose to, right? Like, I'm sure they feel the same way whenever they lose to us. When you have Fnatic and G2, you just basically refuse to lose to the other one. It's like Manchester City United type of thing, right? Like, you just can't lose to your rival. So I think losing to them was one thing. Obviously, the record made it a little worse, but I just really hope that we can beat them as well as part of our redemption, if you can put it that way, and just, you know, show that we're not here to play around, and that we are looking for redemption and getting back to the top.
Thank you for already giving me the title quote for this interview, because that's like already you. Yep, very good. Very anime. One last thing, we had Machine and Frankie joining us for this weekend of LEC. Are you interested in any other esports, and why is it CSGO and Astralis?
Well, to be fair, I haven't been following other esports that much since I went into League, and I've been following CSGO a little bit, so I know, well, especially Machine, I've seen a lot of times in the CSGO broadcasts, and of course, as a Dane, I've been following Astralis' journey as well. But yeah, just having them here and seeing the different energy and the different vibes they come with is really interesting, because I think LEC is kind of changing from like full professional styles, a bit more funny, a bit more humor as well. And these two guys definitely bring that, and they just come with such a positive energy and really cool style. And I got interviewed by Frankie yesterday, and it just felt really professional and really natural, right? So you can definitely feel that these two have a lot of experience already and a lot of knowledge, and I've been surprised, honestly, about how much they know about League of Legends as well, because, like, you know, when you're coming from CSGO, and especially after Major, they must have been grinding CSGO like crazy, just getting as much CSGO knowledge as possible, and then having, I don't know, a week or a few days or whatever to fully understand what is happening in League and understand the meta to an extent, and how all the teams are doing, rivalries, all this type of thing is really impressive.
Good job, I think, as well, for sure. Both of them, fantastic. Already got to talk with Machine, hopefully get to talk with Frankie later. Of course, make sure to watch those interviews. The Machine one was actually killer. He's actually so insane. So well prepped and everything. But a hashtag and a few words to the Fnatic fans.
A hashtag. This is always the hardest part, man.
Curling club?
Let's say hashtag redemption, just to make it fit the title you're probably going to go for. Yeah, the anime style. And I'm not too much of an anime person, but I can do it just, you know, for your honor, just for you.
Do you not have, like, come on, you have watched some anime shows.
I watched Pokemon, Beyblade, Digimon, this type of stuff, the really traditional stuff. But anything in the past... Dragon Ball, but anything in the past 10 years, probably not. But, you know, all those old school ones, like, obviously, like, it's kind of unavoidable, right? Like, they're just really sick.
That was a generational thing, kind of like Harry Potter, you know? Like.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all those you just have to watch. And, of course, I also played Pokemon Go and this kind of stuff as well, right? Like, can't really avoid that. Like you just have to.
But I heard that your coach sometimes gives a speech based on Dragon Ball Super.
Sometimes our speeches are a little interesting with some funny quotes or honorable mentions. But you know that can be nice as well.
Are they in League of Legends as well? Can you give us a little tease?
I mean, I don't know about anything in specifically. I know I don't remember any Pokemon ones right now, but I know that last year Joey, after he joined the team, he would always come with Sun Tzu quotes, and they would be in like every presentation. There would be at least 1 or 2 quotes, and all of us would always, at one point, it was just like, come on, man, like it has gone too far. But it was really funny, and it's part of what small things like this can help light up the mood and make sure that it doesn't go too far in the professional direction as well, right? And just makes it more fun.
To win the battle, you must defeat yourself first. And stuff like that. Yeah, I can already see it. Okay, so #redemption, anything you want to say to the Fnatic fans?
Thank you for supporting us. Hopefully we're gonna smack G2 next week for you guys. Would be well deserved after all the support we've gotten the past weeks. We are here for redemption. We are here to reclaim the title, and hopefully we can live up to that.
King's Legacy, yada, yada, yada. Thank you so much, Broxah, for your time. All the good stuff. We're getting back into the narratives. No, just kidding. #redemption for the people that watch until the end. Of course, thank you, Broxah, for another interview.
Actually, I think it's lucky for you didn't say that before now. Because if you start like King's Legacies at the beginning, everyone would just jump out of the video.
Yeah,
but you're quite sneaky. You do it right at the end after they already watched. Hopefully click like before that already as well.
True. Make sure to click like and subscribe and share it and yada yada yada. But yeah, I mean they overdid that whole thing. Actually, last year when you guys were in the finals against G2, I even back then in spring, I made a fake Riot script, and it was like Riot script for finals leaked, and it was just like a conversation between Deficio and Quickshot. It was just narratives like King's Legacy and all that kind of stuff already, and they still kept it on in summer. Not sure about that decision. Bold strategy caught, and it didn't pay off. But maybe in the future they'll get it around.
I think at this point it's just that good of a meme.
Yeah.
So I just hope they keep it going because it's so funny, and because people find it so annoying at this point, it just hypes it up even more and makes it so much funnier.
That's some sadistic stuff, man.
I don't really know. Like, I just find it kind of funny that it has gone so far now that people get so triggered about it. And it just turned into some sort of a meme.
I do too, so please do not write that in the comments. Anyway, thank you, Broxah, for your time. This was Darius from the Shotcaller. I hope you guys have a good day. And I'll see you guys next time when it's the Darius and Broxah show once again. See you guys then. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, unfortunately we still don't have a sponsor, so we do really rely on you guys supporting us on Patreon. So we'd especially like to thank Krzysztof Bujnovic, Thomas Göttel, Etienne, Erich Althaus, Lazy Raven, Lama Vyuta, and Adam Novosviat for your support, and of course all the names of the people you see scrolling past you right now. It is genuinely truth when I say that without you this wouldn't be possible right now, so we really do appreciate it. Thank you.